Hi, Creative Minds, and welcome to this special New Year's Eve vlog about what I actually liked about 2020. Now, don't worry, this isn't a memories recap or best moments kind of vlog. If you want all that, you can see the Instagram, but I want to actually say what we could be proud of, or what we could look back and say, yeah, you know what, that's right about 2020. So the first thing I really love about 2020 was that it was a big FU. It was a big FU to systems that were broken, like our healthcare, our education, our government. It was an FU to things that were just ignored. Things like poverty, racism, infrastructure, or just people that were always falling through the cracks. And it was just something where we kept on going through the motions and our lives were mediocre. Like everything was just okay. We learned how to deal with them and just thought, oh, it is what it is. But we never really felt like we could do anything to change it. Well, 2020, the pandemic said, you need to stop procrastinating and you need to change what's broken. And I actually do appreciate that, because there were so many things that weren't working and we kept on going on about life thinking that they were, or that everything was fine as it is, but when it really wasn't. And I'm guilty of this too. I just thought, okay, oh, things are tough, but I guess it is what it is. I guess I'm lucky to have what I have. But instead of just saying, I could work on myself a little bit more. I could do a little bit more. There's things I need to change. And I'm actually thankful for 2020 for waking that up with all of us and exposing what needed to be exposed. I mean, we even see it in our leadership that there weren't any heroes around, that a lot of us needed to become leaders. We needed to become voices in our communities. We needed to really express what was wrong and provide and put solutions forward, instead of thinking that no one's going to listen to us, or nobody cares, or nobody needs us. 2020 changed all that, and your solutions, your voices, everything is much needed now. Now, another thing I really liked about 2020 is that it leveled the playing field. It leveled the playing field for a lot of things. For small businesses, the big corporations, they cleaned up with a lot of profits, like Amazon and those big beasts, right? Like they're on a different level as far as what they have, unfortunately, right? But for some small businesses who work remotely or who rely on getting clients, there are, we used to have to fight with sales reps, fight for attention, right? Sales reps had big bank accounts. They had these expense accounts where they could entertain clients with lavish dinners and events. Well, that all changed in 2020, because now the sales reps can't travel. The restaurants are closed and there's no events. So it was really up to the person with the best offer and the best Zoom presence, really, that can win over some big clients that we couldn't get before. And I actually really appreciated that, because it was really who was adapted to Zoom already, who was adapted to prospecting remotely and closing sales via Zoom. You had that advantage if you were able to build that skill before 2020. And the small businesses that are getting those clients right now, props to you. Now, for writers, we're competing with the traditionally published authors who, they have book tours and they have media event presence, right? They have distributors in big bookstores and things like that. Well, 2020 changed that, because it was up to the independent and self-published authors to host their own book signings or book releases via Zoom or via Instagram Live. And it was up to us to build our social media and not have all these other publishing companies do it for us. It was us who had to learn that and how to be able to really kill it online. And that leveled the playing field a lot to who gets the readers, the ideal readers that we want. And of course, entertainment, the podcasters. Now, podcasting just blew up. It was always exponentially growing, but in 2020, it just exploded, and for good reason, right? We're bored of watching the same things on Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and whatever. We're bored of the same shows, and podcasters, it was really up to whoever creates the best content wins. And there's so many different show formats. There's the interview style show, there's the co-host, quirky co-host show, there's the solo cast, and then there's what I fell into accidentally this year, which is audio drama. So there's so many different forms of content, and podcasting is just like pirate radio. It's taking over and it's not going anywhere. And the fact that we are able to compete with the big networks and that the big networks want a piece of podcasting now, it really says a lot as to which way entertainment and content creation is going to go and how much power we actually have as podcasters, writers, and small business owners. The last thing that 2020 really changed for us was our battle scars. And I did an Instagram post about this, is that our battle scars, you know, we lost a lot of people, right? We lost many lives. And I know people who were affected by the coronavirus and who had a difficult time recovering, people that were my age, people that were healthy. And it was really, really scary. Even people my kids' age were getting the coronavirus. And it was really, really terrifying. And people were suffering financial losses. They were losing their homes. Restaurants are closed. My favorite restaurant in LA closed because they couldn't stay open anymore on takeout. And it was really hard to see a lot of that happen. And those losses, I always feel like battle scars are losses to us. They're losses and they're lessons. And this year, I think the biggest battle scar, or one of the biggest battle scars that I think I'm carrying, is my weight gain. Like, I can't hide it. I can't hide the 20 pounds of weight gain. And I had battled eating disorders for years, especially binge eating. I'm a really bad binge eater, and I've sought help for it. I've gone on diets and I've managed my weight pretty well. But in 2020, that vice came back. It came back louder than ever, and it came back in a way where, like Hemingway said, it happens gradually, then suddenly. He says you go broke gradually, then suddenly, right? And this was the same way with my eating disorder, often with a lot of people who are struggling with their health, right? The pain starts happening gradually, and then suddenly you find out you have a condition. And that was it here. Gradually, I was gaining a few pounds here and there, and then, whoa, I have 20 pounds now. It just goes to show that the way we think we've got our vices under control and we're able to manage things like addiction and depression and anxiety and things like that. But when things get bad, how well do you really have control over that? Well, 2020 definitely tested that. Binge eating and anxiety for me, and for a lot of other people, depression, addiction, alcoholism, relationship problems. It just brought everything to the forefront. And we have our battle scars, and we have the lessons, and we have the knowledge of what we need to do going forward. Well, creative minds, I hope that you will join me in 2021, and I want to know, what was the thing that you liked most about 2020? Was it the FU to society? Was it that it gave you opportunities and a level playing field? Or what your battle scar is? Tell us, I want to know. Leave a comment below. And if you like this video, give us a like, and I hope you will join us in 2021. Until then, creative minds, remember, keep creating.